What do you about this rain, Huck Wayne? Yeah. Woo. Might be tough filming in this noisy barn. I did a video about my dad's tree stand from the 1980s, and a lot of people were like, "That's a baker stand." It's not. Maybe it looked like one, but it's not. I promise you, my dad and uncles, I don't think they bought anything in the 1980s. They pretty much made everything that they used, including a lot of their bows. This bow up here, this is a compound bow that my dad made back in the day. A compound self bow, can you believe that? And I don't know, I'm gonna clean it up, inspect it really thoroughly. Maybe we'll shoot it. I hate to blow it up just because it's kind of cool to me, but this is gonna be a comprehensive review of my dad's homemade compound bow. So in my mind today, I kind of thought about doing a video about like actually shooting this thing and setting it up for hunting, but I don't know, man. One, I don't want it to blow up because I want to have this thing for a while. And secondly, there's a couple things going on here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but right here, like where the wheels are for the on the limbs, it's starting to split a little bit right there. But it's only on the back side it's splitting on both sides here. So I don't know. And then also the string, I highly doubt that the string and cables have ever been messed with since the 80s. But my dad can probably comment on the video a little bit more about this bow. I don't know exactly when he made this, but I guarantee it was before my time. So it had to be probably in the 80s. And I think what happened was he got the wheels for this bow. I don't know what kind of bow it used to be, but he like repurposed them. I think they were from a fire. I think someone had a bow burn up in a fire and someone gave him a bunch of stuff. Like I think at the time he got a whole bunch of guns that were in a fire too, and he rebuilt all those guns too. This string is probably okay, but I hate to risk it. The cables are definitely, they're like proper cables on these things. Like around the wheels, they're actually cables. So that all looks good. I guess I could measure this string and just make a new one. I got string material to make one. But essentially looks like they just loop on that little hook there. I could take it apart, I guess, and try to make strings for it. Maybe that'll be a different video. I don't really have time to do it today, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't have a problem shooting it at all, just other than the fact that I don't want it to blow up and then I don't have the bow anymore. That would be a humongous bummer. But I think this is a Osage riser that he made it out of, because they used to have a whole bunch of Osage self bows too. And the limbs, he hasn't backed out quite a bit, but I think he used to bow fish with it because there was a bow fishing rig on it. The limbs, I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell what kind of compound it came off of, or maybe he built these limbs. He could have laminated these limbs together. It would not surprise me a bit. Had the old peep sight that has the tubing that goes from the string to the actual limb itself, and a kisser button. And then he probably just may have shot fingers with it because there's just a knocking point here. And then the old homemade overdraw. Check that out, man. Big old overdraw on it. Whew. I don't know. Sounds poppy to me. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to pull it back. I wonder if I could like send it off to someone and then have them like make sure it's going to shoot. I guess I got a draw board. I could probably put that in a draw board and draw it back to see how it's going to do. That may be the thing to do. But to me, that something seems funky because the wheels are like kind of shifted to the left really severely and almost touching the outer part of the limb. So that doesn't seem quite right. But again, it probably hasn't been shot since the 80s because my dad ended up getting a old American compound bow. Do you remember those bows, the American compound bows? That's what he shot when I was a child. That's all he shot was the American compound. So I just wanted to share this with you guys on the channel. This is my dad's homemade compound bow he made back in the day. So that's probably where I get my like tinkering around from on my dad's side of the family. I'm always messing with something or trying to build something, and it seemed like just from the history I have in this barn, my grandpa and my dad was a lot like that as well. While we're doing show and tell, here's my all-time favorite compound bow. What's your all-time favorite compound bow? Leave it in the comments. This is a Hoyt X-Tech. This thing right here, man, Michael Waddell shot this bow, and I was a big Michael Waddell fan back in the day. Still am. I still think he's awesome. But I wanted one of these bows so bad, and they had a couple years after it came out, they had a used one in the local archery shop there in the town I lived in, and I saved up money and I bought that thing. I think I even put it like on layaway and paid them for it as I kind of made money so it wouldn't get sold on me. Those guys are pretty nice. Bass and Bucks in Wabash. It's a gigantic store now. But I killed most of my deer with this bow right here. I love this bow, man. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you most of the deer I killed with it. Right up here. They're all up in here, all these like, all those deer. I probably killed most of those, all those. Some of these are recent ones, but a ton of those were from back in the day whenever all I had was my old Hoyt X-Tech, and I just ran with it, man. Maybe I'll set this thing up and just hunt with this year. What do you guys think about that? That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I had an extreme bow sight on it, and I had a Muzzy Zero. It was a Muzzy drop away. What the heck was that Muzzy called? Zero Effect, maybe? Do you guys remember that rest?
Baby. Be better if I knew the words. Don't drop that. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, how was school?
Good.
That's good. Just got Huck picked up from school, and now I'm going to run down to the river where I hunt near my house here on my bike, fix a camera that's giving me issues. I think the issue is the battery's dead on it, so go do that real quick now. I really like taking these bike rides, especially on a nice day like today. I don't know how much rain we got this morning, but it was a significant amount. Hopefully the river doesn't come out and flood everything. It is pretty dry. I don't think the river's gonna get out of its banks. I'll turn back on. I accidentally hit this off button, is why it wasn't working. Very nice buck track between the fields here. Made it to the first camera here. I just have this over some scrapes, which I'm going to freshen up a bit. Turkeys. Dang it, man. No shooters. This is a better rut spot anyway. This is the camera that was dead, I think. Hopefully that's what's wrong with it. Hopefully it's not broken. Trying rechargeable lithiums. See how well these things work. See how long those last. I'll let you know. With these cameras, man, you just have to have confidence that they're going to work, because it is such a waste of time if they don't. I mean, There's 100 different things a guy could be doing to make himself a better deer hunter, other than fixing trail cameras that aren't working. That particular one wasn't the trail camera's fault. It was just that I think I put some old batteries that I thought maybe would still be good in there. They lasted for a couple weeks and that was it. Something else I wanted to say about trail cameras, and they are frustrating, but like I literally have no worries that I'm not having a lot of big bucks on camera yet. There's still, a lot of the places I hunt, you know, the deer won't start moving into them until, one, if white oaks start dropping, and two, the soybeans go brown and they have to move into, you know, spots that have more cover, different food sources, specifically like cornfields, and that's when I tend to do better. And since we don't open till October 1st, bean fields to me kind of are irrelevant unless they're planted super late and the deer are still hitting them. So I just wanted to say that. Cameras, they're a tool that I use, and I use it a lot, but I do not base my expectations of the season on what I'm getting on camera right now, and I don't think you should either. Now, if you own like 1,000 acres and you're keeping deer on your farms, like all my little farms I hunt that I take you guys on, they're super small. Like this one, it's literally just the river is right there, and it maybe goes 600 yards that way, and that's the end of it. So I don't know how many acres it is, but it's not very many. Same with that spot yesterday we went on in that vlog. It's just super small, little tiny spots that I've acquired over the years, just little bitty holes that if I hit all of them during the season, one of them's going to have a nice buck on it. And that's kind of the strategy I take. And this one may not have a nice buck on it until November 4th, you know. So this is my only second year hunting here, so I'm kind of still learning it. Alex's hat from last time we were here. He must have forgot that too. I don't know where that helmet is. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the helmet, I'll put that video right here. Me and Huck came out here and did some work, and he left his bicycle helmet somewhere, and I never found it. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing, boy?
Me?
Look at you.
We're mudding.
You're mudding?
Yeah.
I see that. Oh, man.
What?
You guys just playing in the mud?
You're gonna have a diaper full of mud now.
Ooh.
How was his bike, then?
Tell everybody to subscribe right here.
This guy right here. And watch more mud channels.
Watch more mud stuff right here.